disconnected, right? Then you won't get a complete recording straight. Okay, let's look at the calculations for the first chapters. Okay, this is coming out in your midterm. I'll give you a table something like this, and then you will have to find the total. Okay, so you have to learn how to find it. Right, any questions about this? Okay. Because I've given you the final answer, right? Let me know if you can't solve any of the questions. Okay, so question one shouldn't be any problem. Okay, we are finding the total, right? Total y, you get 102 when you add up the column y. Okay, how about question two? Total x, y. So you have to create a column, take x times 10, so 80. Then 11 times 16. Okay, you guys solve it. Okay, so you can calculate it yourself, right? Then until the last one, 21 times 21. Okay, then you should have the total 1592. Okay, next questions. XY squared. XY squared, you would have to create another column, XY squared. So take x multiplied by y squared. Right, take x 16 squared. Until the last one, 21 squared. Okay, so calculating this, you should get 34,800. Let me know if the answer is wrong. Right, so sometimes I may have the wrong values inside. If you got a different answer, please let me know. Maybe my answer is wrong. Okay, question four. Question four is x square y. So the other way around, you have to square the x value first, then times y. 11 squared times 16. Till the last one, 21 squared times 21. Okay, you should get, if you add up all these values, you should get 27,712. Okay, total x squared. So you have to find x squared. So 8 squared, 11 squared, until 21 squared. So add up all this value, we'll get 1276. Okay, next one, y squared. So create column y squared. X squared plus 16 squared plus until the last one, 21 squared, we'll get 2030. Okay, the last one is total x minus 2 squared times y. Okay, so you will have to take the x value minus 2 square root times 10. So which means you will have 6 squared times 10. Okay, so next value 11. So 11 minus 2 squared times 16. So 9 squared times 16. Okay, so you calculate all these until the last one. We have 21,752. Until the last value, 21 minus 2 squared times 21. So which means 19 squared. Oh, yeah. Thank you. 21. In squared times 21. Yeah. For any questions? All right. If there's no questions, move on to chapter 2 and 3. Right. The questions here are combining 2 and 3. Okay, how many questions we have? Yeah, 5 questions. 5 questions have to finish by 3. Can. All right. First questions here. I'm thinking whether like can I have do I have enough time for you to try? No, cannot. Some questions can. Uh, but okay, let's go through the questions. All right. If later got extra time, then the questions behind, I'll give you time to try it first. Okay. For now, okay, let's go through the questions. Okay. You're given question 1. The weekly food expenditures for a random sample of 40 students. Okay, calculate the sample mean, variance, and standard deviations. So this is a sample data, okay, for 40 students here. So you're going to find sample mean, sample variance, and sample standard deviations. Okay, so the formulas, if you look at your formula sheets, you will be using this one. You'll be using this one. Sample mean, sample standard deviations for ungrouped data. Okay, this is ungrouped data given, so you use this formulas. Okay, I already give you the total x and total x squared. Okay, but in your midterm, you will have to find it yourself. It's not given. Okay, to speed up the revisions I given you here. Right. So what you have to do is for question A, you have to apply the formulas. Right. So sample mean formulas is total x divided by the sample size. So I do. If it's not given, what you have to do, you have to add up the 40 values yourself. Right. And is 40. Okay, you will get the answers. What is the answer? 0.48. 51.2. Okay, find your variance. Okay, this is sample variance. Sample variance is S squared. Okay, is this formula S is standard deviation. So if you have to find variance, right, remove the square roots. Okay, we square it. So total x squared minus square of total x squared and then you have n. Right, total x squared are given to you already 117,836 minus square of total x 2048 square. Sample size is 40. Okay, can I know the answers for this sample variance? Okay, shout out your answers. I don't have it. Anyone can tell me the answers? Anyone has done it? 332.78. Yeah, can the rest check your answers? Do you get this? Let me know if it's wrong. All right, okay, great. Sample standard deviations will be square root variance. So where is the answers? Sorry, I had to keep asking you this. 8.24. All right, 18.24. Okay, any questions? Okay, question 2, construct ordered stem and leaf. This one we will skip it. All right, because it's MCQ question. So whatever questions on drawing graph, tables you need that, right? graph or box plots, we'll skip it for now. Okay, stem and leaf, right, skip. Right, skip to question 2. Right, question 3 then. All right, let's look at question 3. Calculate 5-figure summary. So what is 5-figure summary? X, right? 5-figure summary is 5-figure summary refers to minimum Q1, Q2, Q3, and maximum. Okay, so you need to find, okay, smallest and largest value, right? This is easy, right? So the smallest value is 21, right? 21. Largest value, okay, 93. Okay, let's find Q2 first, right? Q2 is your median, huh? Q2 is the median. Okay, so to find the median, okay, how to find these 3 quartiles, right? You may have learned a different ways from your lectures, right? So my methods could be a bit different. Okay, so the answers would end up to be different as well. Okay, let me know if it's different. Okay, so what I've taught my students is I use the formula. I have this formula here. I follow the measurements. This is the formula, n plus 1 divided by 2. So I have 40 plus 1 divided by 2. You can see it. If it's blocking, if this is blocking, right, can move to the side. Is it possible to move this thing? I mean, if some student cannot see the screen over here, then can someone go and move it to the side? Okay, if you can't see it, all right, some of the guys can go move it. Okay. Okay, 40 plus 1, 41 divided by 2, so 20.5. Okay, so this formula tells us this is the positions of Q2. Positions of Q2. So it's located at 20.5. So what you have to do for this one, you have to arrange from the smallest to the largest first. Right. I'm going to move it. 2 people enough? And I'm not sure how heavy it is, but can. Careful, don't break it. Got no money. Is it okay? Can you guys see it? All right, thank you. Thank you, the gentleman here. Okay, so first you need to arrange. Do you guys really arrange from the smallest to the largest? No, you don't. Then how do you find the median? You use the calculator, you key the data, and then it will show you the Q2, Q1, and Q3 as well. Wow. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, but in the midterm, I think I will give you up to 40. I'll give you maybe 20. No, I forgot already. I really forgot. Okay, but if you don't know how to solve it using the calculator, then no choice but to arrange your data from the smallest to the largest. Okay, so you your sample size is too large already. Next time I'll reduce it. Okay, so you have to arrange smallest to the largest. Okay, you take some time here. Let's give it another. Okay, can I banana mayo? Oh, well, if I skip it, then I can't show Q1, Q2, and Q3. Yeah. How? 31, 31. I have to arrange myself now. Or anyone has the answer? Okay, okay, what is the answer? Okay, right. Either you use a calculator or you arrange that, right? So you look for 20.5. So where is the answer do you get? That you get? Q2 is 50.5. Do you guys get this answer? Okay, but let me demonstrate with an easier example how to get Q2 if the sample size is too large already my bad. Okay, let's say I have these samples data two say I create a smaller one, 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's say I have this sample data. Okay, my sample size is 6. I want to find Q2. Okay, I apply the formula 6 plus 1 divided by 2. So I got 3.5. So that means my Q2 is located at 3.5, 3.5. Okay, so this is my third value. This is my fourth value. So I will find this is my Q2 3.5 is between the third and the fourth value. Right. Is that what you have learned? So we have take 4 plus 5 divided by 2. So about 4.5. Okay, so basically that's how you find it. So 20.5, right? So is taking the 20 plus the 21st value divided by 2. So you got 50.5. Can you check your answers? Whether you use calculator or you use manual. Okay, but you got 50.5. Is it okay? Okay, yeah. So after you find your Q2, okay, where is your Q1? Okay, for this 35.5. 35, you get 35.5. Okay, and the rest check. The answers Q3 only. Okay, right, 63. Okay, so basically how to find Q1 and Q3? Okay, after we find the Q2, right? Q1, do you use formulas to find or do you find it manually by looking at it? Okay, again. You you learn how to find it using calculator. Your lecturers taught you how to. Okay. Okay. If you have learned it using calculator, then can just use it because it's MCQ. Right. So here for this example, your Q1 would be equals to 2. And then your Q3 will be equals to 7. Okay, the middle values are the 25th and the 75 percentile. So Q1 is 2, Q3 is 7. Okay, for this example here. Okay, it's the middle values of the first half and the second half of your data. Okay, so after you find this 5-figure summary, what else we okay, calculate inner lower fence and inner upper fence. Inner lower fence, inner upper fence, this one, right? Oops. Okay, you will see it in your formula sheets as well, right? Find using this formula, IQR stands for interquartile range, right? Interquartile range, taking Q3 minus Q1. Interquartile range. So after you have done this, okay, find interquartile range, IQR. IQR is Q3 minus Q1. So 63 minus 35.5. Okay, use my calculator here. 27. Okay, thanks. 7.5. So inner lower fence and inner upper fence. Okay, the formulas can refer to this. Okay, Q1 minus 1.5 times IQR. So Q1 is 35.5 minus 1.5 times 37.5. Okay, you got your lower inner fence, and then inner upper fence. That's Q3 plus 1.5. 7.5. Can I know the answers? Anyone got the answers? Okay, and that is what? 35. All right. Okay, this is the answer. It's okay to have negative values, right? Don't worry. Okay. So how do we, okay, after we have the lower fence and the upper fence, right? How can we tell whether we have outliers or not? We will check. Okay, I think it's in my notes. Let me check here. Did I have it here? I did not put, okay, never mind that. So yeah, okay. You check the smallest and the largest value. Smallest is 21, largest is 93. Okay, so the rules here is that if there is any value greater than inner lower fence or smaller than inner up. The other way around, sorry. Any value that is smaller than inner lower fence or larger than inner upper fence will be considered as outliers. Okay, if you have any value, okay, it will be considered as outliers. Oh, yes. Okay, if you have any value smaller than negative 5.75 or larger than 104.25, then you'll be as considered as outliers. So for these questions, your smallest is, your minimum is 21. Your largest is 93. Okay, so all the values lies within the lower fence and upper fence, right? Therefore, we do not have, there is no outliers. There is no outliers for these data sets, right? All your data are within the two fences, so there is no outliers. Okay. Okay, box plots. Okay, skip. Right, this time no need to draw. So you don't have to know how to, I will not cover it up, so just skip it for now. Okay, fill up this table because later on for question E, right, you need to calculate using this table. So this table is transforming the ungrouped data to group data. We group our data into class intervals. Okay, so can you tell me the frequency of each class? 5, 6, 7. 3, 2, 1. So total is 40. Yeah? Right, can the rest please check? Okay, so first class should include all the values between 20 and less than 30. So you count how many of them. Okay, you have 1, 5. Okay, so that's how you count one by one, right? So first class, you have frequencies of 5. And then 30 to last at 40. So then you count, yeah, there should be 6 of them, and so on. Okay, after you find the frequency, fill up the relative frequency and the cumulative frequency. Okay, how to find relative frequencies of each class? Just now I asked in the MCQ already, take the frequencies of the class, divide by the total frequency. Okay, so you press your calculator, leave your answers in decimals. Okay, fill up until the last one. Total relative frequency should get about 1. Okay, cumulative frequency. How do we get cumulative frequency? We accumulate, we sum up the frequency starting from the first class. So first cumulative is 5. Second is 5 plus 6, 11. Then 5 plus 6 plus 7, 18. Okay, until the very last one, when you add up all the frequency, you should get 40. Okay, so you will accumulate the frequency from the first class until the current class intervals. Right, any questions? All right, so from the frequency distributions in part D, right? So referring to this table, calculate the mean and standard deviation. So this one is using group data. The difference between question A and question E, question A is using ungrouped data, using this one, ungrouped data. So the formulas to use for question E should be group data. So this one, you have to use this one. Sorry, problem. This one. This is the formula you use for question E. Sample mean and standard deviations for group data. Just now we were using ungroup. Now we will use group. Okay, so if you look at the formulas here, we will need to find M. Where is M? What does the M stands for? It stands for the M is the midpoint of the class interval. So to calculate the mean and standard deviations, first you need to find the midpoint. Okay. Put it here. Okay, I need the midpoint. So how to find the midpoint? Lower class limit plus upper class limit divided by 2. So what is class limits? Class limit is the smallest and the largest value in your class interval. So these all these are the lower limits. These are the upper limits. So for the first class, you will take 20 plus 30 divided by 2. So my first class midpoint, I don't think I have enough space. Let me move all this down. Give me some space. Okay, let me rub off this. This is Okay, so sorry. Midpoint is 20 plus 30 divided by 2. So for the first class, midpoint would be 25. Then 35, 45, until the last class, 95. Okay, this is the midpoint. Then we will take the midpoint multiply by the frequency of each class. So take midpoint of the first class times the frequency. So second class times the frequency as well, till the last one, 95 times 1. Okay, so the sum of these would get you the total MF. What is the total? 2090. Okay, you should have this answer. Okay, so after you got this right, okay, take the total MF divided by N. N is your total frequency, right? N is your total frequency. So your sample mean will be equals to 2090 divided by 40. Can you guys follow? So 52.25. Yeah, let me know if the answer is wrong or you have any questions. Okay, next would be finding the standard deviations, right? So to find the standard deviation, we need the total m square f. We need this already. Okay, we got the total ff. Next, we need the total m square f. M square f, then you need to create another columns m square f here. Right. Take the midpoint. Take the midpoint. Square times the frequency. Okay, m squared is the frequency. 35 squared is the frequency. Okay, until the last one, 95 squared times 1. Okay, so you calculate this column, sum up all the values, you get the total. I know the values. We have very large values, right? 1,
2, 2, and 3, 0.
3, 0. This one, 122,000. Okay, so after you find this, all right, substitute the values into the formulas. Formulas. Just move it down. This down. As you can see. Okay. So it would be equals to my sample standard deviation as it would be 1200 minus 0.0 square. N is my total frequency. Then we are okay. Right, substitute the values into the formulas. That's it. Okay, where's your answer? 328 414 1414.
This one.
This one. All right, can you guys check your answers? Any questions? Anyone has questions? If you are too shy, later they'll went and later I'll walk around. If you have questions, ask me. Okay, the last questions. Give 3 reasons the weekly food expenditures positively skewed. Sorry, this one. Is it positively skewed or negatively skewed? All right, to comment about the distributions, right? Actually, you need the answers from question. Can I fix the answer? Right, 320.77. Okay, sure. 320.77. Sorry, there's a corrections here. 320.77. Okay, so to comment about the distributions, right? Whether is it positively or negatively skewed, we need the answers for the stem and leaf display at the box plots. Okay. Currently, because we don't have it, so corrections again.
Yes.
Okay, can come. What's the mistakes? Oh, you forgot to square roots. Right, 18.11. Okay, sorry. 18.11. 8.11. It's okay. Okay, remember to square root, all right, square root the values. If you don't square root, it is a variance, sample variance. Okay, question F, to comment about the distributions, you can look at this these slides. Okay, so for stem and leaf, okay, or histogram, if it's skewed to right, if it's skewed to right, skew to the right skew to the right. My histogram will look something like this, right? Just for information, all right. But because since I do not have drawing graph this time, so okay, you will have something like this, right? Skew to the right. Or for the stem and leaf, you have something like this. Okay, you will have shapes like this. This is skewed to the right. If you have done your question B, yeah, you track and see if it's skewed to the right. If it's skewed to the left or left skew, skew to the right means positively skewed. They mean the same thing, positively skewed. Skew to the left. Skew to the left is also known as negatively skewed. So your graph will be the other way around. You will have a drawing something like this. Something like this. Yeah, so okay, so for stem and leaf, surface. Right, just an example. So you have longer tail on the left. That's how we justify using histogram or stem and leaf. Okay, how about box plots? Box plots, if it's skewed to the right, box plots will have something like this. It's not, so you have longer whiskers to the right. Okay, you have something like this. So I've explained in words, if it's positively skewed, okay, right whisker is longer than left whisker. Right whisker, this is the right whisker. This is the right whisker, is longer than the left whisker. Okay, and then if you look at the size of the two boxes, right, this is Q3 minus Q2. Q3 minus Q2 would be larger than Q2 minus Q1. Okay, because the three vertical lines here represent Q1, Q2, and Q3. So the size of the two boxes will be different. Okay, Q3 minus Q2, this one is larger than this one. Okay, so the other way around, if it's negatively skewed, your box plots would look the opposite what you will have. Okay. Left viscose is longer than the right viscose, and then Q2 minus Q1, Q2 minus Q1, this one is larger than Q3 minus Q2. Okay, the size of the left box is larger than the right box. So if you have done your question B and C, right, you check and see what is your answers. Okay. Other than looking at the graph, we can also compare the mean, median, modes. Okay, compare the mean, median, modes. If mean is greater than median, then it's positively skewed. Right, and then median, if it's greater than mean, then it's negatively skewed. So later, this one I will be looking at this for question 2. All right, you look at this for question 2. Okay, the fourth method, right, is looking at the skewness value in the summary statistics. This is also in question 4. I'm sorry, question 2. When we look at the Excel outputs, all right. So we look at this data. Oops. All right. So what is the answers for this? Is it positively or negatively skewed? This one you have to refer to question B and C. So we skip that. Okay, because I will not ask you the what stem and leaf and box plots. Okay, so based on this, never mind. The box symmetry skewed to the right. Never mind, never mind. All right, skip it, skip it. Okay, any questions for this question 1? Okay, if there's no question, we'll move on to question 2. Yeah, it is possible that, okay, you have 4 methods here, right? It is possible that, okay, method 1 say is positively skewed, but when it comes to method 2, it say is negatively skewed. Yes, it is possible because different methods is having a different justifications. So it is possible, sometimes it may happen. It's not. What should you do? But that will not happen in your exam. I mean, happen in your real data, right? Next time when you it happens for this one. Oh, okay, then ignore that. Okay, in your exam, it will not happen, right? It will not happen. So it will be the same lah, right? Using all the methods in the exam. But next time, if you're dealing with the real data, it may happen. Like for example, this way. Okay, if it happens in real data in reality, right? What do? You justify your answers, right? Using this method is skewed to the right. Using this is skewed to the left. So, because there are four methods here, right? You look at majority of the methods tell you is skewed to what? If out of these four, three say is skewed to the right, then your conclusions will be skewed to the right, right? Based on the majorities, okay, based on the majority. Okay, question two. Have you guys learned this summary outputs? Have you guys go through the values in it? Yes, yes. Okay. Uh, you try it now, right? You try it now, then I'll walk around and see whether you have any questions. So you can try the question 2, 3, 4, and 5 now. I'll discuss it later. Okay, if you don't know how to do, then you move on to question 3 and 4 first. Okay, don't worry, I'll go through the question and answers later. Okay, please try question 2 now. If you don't know how to do question 2, jump to question 3. Okay, I'll discuss the answers later. I'll discuss at 11:30. 11:30. The time here is Malaysia time. So 11:30, I'll discuss the answers. If you guys have any questions about the probability chapters, right? Because you will be sitting for your quiz as well, right? Because we don't have your quiz revisions. I will only revise the probability chapters when I come for the final exam revisions. So, but if you now have questions about the probability chapters, right, you could also ask me. Maybe during the lunch break later, if you have anything you want to clarify, you want me to explain, then you can ask me later. Okay, because if you wait until final revisions, right, then you may not do well in your quiz rating. Yeah. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can ask me then. Okay, I will go through the answers for question 2 now. Okay, for question 2, you are given the summary output. So this summary output is the output from the Excel. Okay, is from the Excel, and then there are some missing values inside A, B, C, and D, right? It's not given. Huh? Okay, so the sample size for this is 30. Sample size is 30. So based on the outputs here, right? Okay, what are the values of the three missing data, A, B, and C? So let's look at A first. Sample variance. So how do we find variance? You have to square the standard deviation. So we know that variance, A is your variance. Variance is equals to the square of your standard deviations. So from the outputs, the sample standard deviation is 15.06. So square 15.06 would get you the variance. 226.8. 6036. Okay. All right. B is range. All right. So range, the formula, I think let's see if it's not in the formula sheets. Oh, range you have to memorize. Okay, but very easy. The formulas, maximum minus minimum. Yeah, the largest minus the smallest value. So I have given you 52 is the largest. Sorry, minus, minus 3 is 49. Okay, so this one, very simple formulas to memorize it. C is the sum. How do I find the sum? Yeah, right. So we have the mean. We have the count. Count is your sample size, right? Count is your sample size, right? Mean, this is your sample mean. So we know that sample mean is equals to the sum total x divided by n. Okay, so I want to find my sum. My count is 30. My sample mean is 29.77. So my sum would be equals to 29.77 times 30.
On one.
0.1. 93.1. All right. Okay. Thanks. All right. 93.1. So this is your sum. Sum is your total x. Okay. Find the values of the three measures of central tendency and interprets their meaning. Right. Interpretations no need to bother, right? No need because need to we will go through the meaning as well. Let you understand the meaning. Right. So what is the values of the three? Okay. What is measures of central tendency? What are these? Mean, median, and modes. Measures of central tendency refers to mean, median, and modes. So based on the outputs, mean is 29.77. Median is given 32. Modes is 35, right? So find the values, right? So just states the value. So how do you interpret their meaning? Okay, so what does it mean by the value 29.77? Right, mean is the average. Average of what? Yeah, average monthly sales in this case. So I'll go through the interpretations. So on average, okay, the monthly sales of what? Of the product X, yeah, of outlets of product X, of 30 outlets, right? Even if we add that 30 outlets for product X is, so on average, the monthly sales of, sorry, should be not 30 outlets, right? Each outlets, because we have to get the average of each outlets is 29.77 million dollars, right? Million dollars. Okay, so this is the interpretation. So average monthly sales is $29.77 million. How about median? When I say median is 32, what does it mean? The middle value, median is the middle value, right? The center of your data sets. So 50%, 50% of the outlets, right? You have 30 outlets right now. Half of them have monthly sales less than the median, so less than 32 million. And then half of the outlets have monthly sales more than the median. Okay, because median values is located right in the middle. So 50% of your data more than the median, 50% less than the median. How about modes? Mode is the value with the highest frequency. Okay, so if I say mode is 35, that means most of the outlets. Most of the outlets. Majority of the outlets. Okay, are having the monthly sales, of $35 million, right? Most of the outlets have sales of 35 million. Okay, that's the meaning of it. Right, any questions? Yeah. Okay, what's next? All right. From the summary statistics, is the value of D positive or negative? Justify the answer. So for these questions, you do not have histogram, we don't have stem and leaf, we do not have box plots. So what we have is just the summary outputs. So how can we tell the skewness of the value? So we look at mean, median, modes. Okay, I've actually put it in slides here. Okay, which is your point 4. But look, okay, in the summary output, right, the skewness value is positive when the distribution is positively skewed. The skewness value is negative, then the data is negatively skewed. But right now, the question is given D. We don't know is it positive or negative. Question is asking for that. So we will look at mean, median, and modes. Okay, you can actually open up the slides and chapter 3. It's actually inside this one. Okay, so for left skew, for negatively skewed data, mean smaller than median, smaller than modes. For right skew data, mean larger than median, larger than modes. Okay, so back to the questions here. Back to the questions, we have mean is 29.77, median 32, modes 35. So your answers for question B. Okay, because mean smaller than median, smaller than modes. Therefore, your data is skewed to the right. Data is sorry, to the left, skewed to the left. Skewed to left or negatively skewed. Okay, so should D be positive or negative if skewed to the left? Negative. So therefore, D is negative. Okay, D is the skewness value in your summary output. So D should be negative, a negative value because it's negatively skewed. All right. The next question is asking you to compute the interval, taking the sample mean plus minus the 1.5 times the standard deviations. So after finding the interval, how many percent of the monthly sales are expected to be within the interval? Okay, so this one, what you are finding would be okay, you have your sample mean in the middle. So to the right, you plus 1.5 times standard deviations. To the left, you minus 1.5. So you got a hex bar plus 1.5 s, x bar minus 1.5 s. Okay, so your interval right now is taking sample mean 29.77. Okay, plus minus 1.5 times the standard deviations, 15.06, right? This one got it from the outputs. So you solve this, smaller values, we will always put it on the left. Right? So 29.77, 1.5 times. Okay, and then right side, you put the larger values. Okay, so Can you tell me the answers for the lower and the upper limits? .18. 52.36. Okay. 18. 52.36. Okay, this is the value. Okay, so after we find this intervals already, questions asking what percent of your data are expected within this interval? No, it's 29%. So how do I find the percentage? I'm using the Chebyshev theorems. Okay, so in your chapter 3, we have these Chebyshev theorems and empirical rules. When do we use empirical rules? When your data is bell-shaped, it is normally distributed. If it's not normally distributed, like question C, I say the data is skewed to the left. It's not normal, it's not symmetry. So we cannot use empirical rules. We can only use Chebyshev theorems. Chebyshev theorems is applicable to any distributions. Skew to the right, skew to the left, we can always use this. So using this, we can find at least what percentage of the data will lie within the interval k standard deviations away from the mean. So right now, what is the k value based on this? My k is 1.5. Okay, my k is 1.5 times standard deviations away from the mean. So I will substitute 1.5 into the formulas to find the proportions. Okay, so this is the proportions of data that will lie between 7.18 and 52.36. Okay, so what is the answer? 0.55. Oh, 0.55555. Oh, okay. Okay, if you want to round it to 2 decimal places, or you want to keep it in 4 decimal places, also can. So you'll be either, right? If you use 2 decimal places, you'll be 56%. If you use 4 decimal places, you'll be 55.56%. So in your MCQ, right, you see which one answer is available. Okay, you see which one is available. So this percentage of data will lie between 7.18 and 52.36. All right, any questions? Okay, if there's no questions, I will stop here. Then we go for lunch. Then continue the last 3 questions after the lunch. Right, so you can do the questions first. You have nothing to do during the lunch break. Okay, I'll discuss it later. All right. Here,